All right, well, let's go ahead and get started. I want to welcome everyone to the Department of Geography and Planning graduation and also awards ceremony for our undergrad students and graduate students. I'm Saskia Vandegevel. I'm chair of the Department of Geography and Planning, and we're so happy you could join us here today. I am so proud of I get to teach all the seniors that are graduating. So it's so wonderful to see all of your faces and see some of your family members. And, we're sad we're not able to do this in person, but it means so much to me that you've joined us here today. And I just want to make a couple comments before I turn it over to Derek to talk about the awards ceremony to those seniors that are graduating and also to the grad students that are graduating today. When I was thinking about, what is some of the most important aspects of our lives, one of them is graduation from college, but what did we learn from that? And I wanted to commend you all on your fortitude and strength and courage to get through this year during this really difficult time, having classes remotely, not being able to connect the same way with other friends that you're used to seeing at school, to faculty, to professors. It's been really challenging. It's been really difficult. And so I want to thank you and your parents and your support systems of friends and other important people in your lives that have given you the strength and the organization and the heart to get through this year. And so I just want to thank you all so much. We're so proud of you. And some of the things that I want to encourage you to do is, one, never stop learning, whether that's formally through grad school or for those that are graduating from grad school, congratulations. Maybe some of you want to go on for a PhD like Stella Hardin and others, but never stop learning in general, whether that's through professional organizations or even YouTube videos. I learned how to paint this year actually properly instead of just splashing paint up. And so always continue learning no matter what that means and trying to improve yourself and be of value to others. And then invest in your relationships. Stay in touch with us, stay in touch with our department. But also I'm still in touch with people who gave me a shot at my first internship in Florida well over 20 years ago. And then the internship after that at Harvard Forest, I'm still in touch with those scientists and from grad school friends. And so please stay in touch with us and stay in touch with the people who give you your first shot, whether first internship, first job, and remain having good contacts and good connections with those people because they've invested in you and they care about you. And, always try to help the next person behind you, help them in whatever way you can, especially if an App State grad. And then the last thing I want to say is just take the time to appreciate what all you've accomplished this year. It's been a very difficult year and you should be very proud of yourselves. We are very, very proud of you. And so I just want to say congratulations, and we could not be more happy for you today and for your families today. And with that, I'm going to pass this off to Dr. Derek Martin.
Thanks, Saskia. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Derek Martin. I'm an associate professor and the graduate program director here in the Department of Geography and Planning. And this year, I've also served as the chair of our awards and scholarships committee. And so first, of course, I'd like to congratulate all of our graduates today on this really significant achievement. Hats off to all of you. Well done and congratulations. But before we get to this year's graduates, we wanted to take this opportunity to recognize our award and scholarship recipients for the 2021 and 2022 academic year. The Awards and Scholarships Committee had a really difficult job this year. It was quite difficult to make the decisions that we did because we had such an impressive pool of students and scholarship applicants. And so I want to start by recognizing our undergraduate award and scholarship recipients, beginning with this year's Junior Marshals. For those of you that are unaware, Junior Marshals are students who are chosen because of their demonstration of academic excellence, and they're also chosen to represent our department at major university events such as commencement. And so it's quite an honor to be recognized as a Junior Marshal. And so this year, please join me in congratulating our Junior Marshals, which were Chris Heitzelberger and Eliza Merritt. Congratulations to Chris and Eliza, and thank you for representing our department this year. Next, I'd like to recognize our outstanding seniors in both geography and planning. This year, we've selected 3 outstanding seniors in geography and 3 outstanding seniors in planning. And so this year's outstanding seniors in geography are Kieran Fowler, Abe Krell, and Josh Platt. So congratulations to the 3 of you on all of your accomplishments and everything you've done. We're very excited to see where things go. This year's outstanding seniors in planning are Katie Duncan and our department's favorite duo, Matthew and Patrick Blazik. So congratulations to the 3 of you as well. Next, I'd like to recognize our recipients of the Faye and Moses Crutchfield Scholarship. And this year, we've also selected 3 recipients for this scholarship. And this year's recipients are Kira Fowler, Dylan Freeman, and Sky Moya. So congratulations to the 3 of you on that scholarship. And then next up, we have the Neil Lineback Geography in the News Scholarship. And this is a scholarship which is awarded to a student who has demonstrated an aptitude for cartography and or writing within our discipline. And this year's recipient of that scholarship is Chip Weir. So congratulations, Chip, well deserved. Next, I'll recognize our recipient of the Robert Ryman Planning Scholarship. This year's recipient of that planning scholarship is Malikia Cherubala. So congratulations to Malikia. She's been an outstanding student, and we've really enjoyed working with her, and are again very excited to see what she accomplishes here in the future. Congratulations, Malikia. And next, I'd like to recognize this year's recipient of the ASU Local Government Alumni Planning Scholarship, which goes to an outstanding planning student. This year's recipient of that planning scholarship is Stephen Poupart. Congratulations, Stephen. And then finally, I'd like to recognize our recipients of the Julian Yoder Scholarship in Geography. This is a scholarship that goes to both an undergraduate and graduate student. And this year's recipient of the Julian Yoder Scholarship is Katie Parham. She's our undergraduate recipient of the award. Congratulations, Katie. And our graduate recipient of this award is Ryan Jones. So congratulations, Ryan. The remaining awards that I would like to announce here are for our graduate students. First, I want to recognize our recipients of the Stephen Vesendek Fellowship, which is a fellowship that's named in honor of a former student of our department that's been established by the family of the student who unfortunately passed during their time here in our department. And so this is a very prestigious fellowship of ours. And so you should feel very proud to receive this fellowship. Our 3 recipients of the Stephen Vesendek Fellowship this year were Harrison Brown, Nick Gastel, and Brett Haas. So congratulations to the three of you for receiving that fellowship. Next, I'd like to recognize this year's recipients of the Jennifer DeHart Scholarship in Geography, which also goes to graduate students. This year, we have 2 recipients of the Jennifer DeHart Scholarship, and that is Katie Duncan and Nick Gastel. So congratulations, Katie and Nick. And then finally, I'd like to announce our final award here, which is our Outstanding Graduate Student. This year's recipient, who I just watched give the presentation of their final project for their internship, which was absolutely fantastic. I just saw it yesterday, is Ben Capel. So congratulations, Ben, on being awarded this year's Outstanding Graduate Student. Ben is already out there working. He was offered a job a while back. And so he's off to the races. So congratulations, Ben, very well deserved. And congratulations to all of you. That concludes the list of this year's scholarship and award recipients. So again, everyone, please join me in congratulating all of our award winners. Congratulations, everyone. Job well done. And I'll say it again, we're very proud and excited to see where you all go from here. So congratulations. Congratulations to our graduates today, and thank you. I'll turn it over back to Dr. Van de Gevel.
Great. And unfortunately, we've had a change in our agenda because our alumnus speaker had an emergency, but it should be fine. And she wishes you all well and congratulations. But we're going to move on to our faculty speakers, and those are Dr. Mike Mayfield, Dr. Maggie Sugg, and then Dr. Baker Perry to give us words of wisdom from the faculty and life perspective.
Okay, congratulations, graduates. You've heard that many times already, and I hope you hear it many more times today and in the coming week. So, as so many people before me have said, including Dr. Vesendek just a minute ago, you have all weathered, endured, and persevered in the face of really unprecedented challenges. And I have to say that almost every student I've talked to has said, and every faculty member has said, that they would have much preferred to have completed these last 3 semesters in a traditional face-to-face way. Now, certainly there was some additional flexibility given to us that many of us took advantage of, but still, we all miss seeing you in the classroom. We miss running into you in the hall. And I really hate that for you seniors, this is how your undergraduate career ended. But there is an upside to that, and that is that this has prepared you for many of the things you'll need to know and be able to do when you go on to whatever comes next. I like to tell everybody who wants to hear about it, and today, whether you want to hear it or not, you're going to hear from me, that I went to college in the fall of 1972 and I haven't left yet. So while you're doing the math in your head, I'll go ahead and tell you that's 49 years at college. College really can be that special experience. And for those of you who are going to continue with grad school, or those of you who are wrapping up master's degrees and going on to PhDs, I congratulate you, but that's not for everyone. So college, again, is a wonderful experience. And along those 49 years since I arrived in college and the almost 40 years that I've been teaching at the college level, I've been very fortunate to have taught hundreds of geography and planning majors like you, along with many thousands of students who took physical geography classes, not because they necessarily thought it was going to be fascinating. They probably thought it was going to be just like those really boring K through 12 classes that consisted of memorization of capitals and principal products of countries they didn't even know existed. And fortunately, many of them, like most of you, discovered that geography and planning are much more than that. And in fact, I'm willing to bet that almost every one of you graduates did not come to Boone planning to major in geography or planning. I know that because we typically only have about 1 person per year from geography and 1 from planning who come as freshmen intending to major. So I'd like to congratulate you and give my appreciation to those wonderful faculty members here in the department who showed you how fascinating these disciplines can be and what great careers exist. So, as I said, I've been at ASU for a while. This is my 32nd year. And I've seen a lot of change and a tremendous amount of growth, not only in numbers, but in perspective and in the way that we do things. When I got here back in 1988, there was only 1 female faculty member in the department. And unfortunately, she left for another job just 2 years later. At that time, almost all of our majors were white and about 90% of them were male. So I'm really proud of the changes, the advances that our department's made in increasing diversity and inclusion over these years. And I can't wait to see what we're going to look like in another 5 years. Of course, the credit for those improvements goes to all the faculty in the department, but I'd especially like to note that Dr. Kathy Schroeder played a key leadership role during the nearly decade-long period that she served as chair. And Dr. Vesendek has hit the ground running with continuation of those efforts and many others. So students, I know that you've all been reflecting on the last 4 years, and for some of you more than 4 years over the last few weeks, but let me say just a few things about all the things that you've experienced and done during this time. You've developed skills and specific knowledge that will serve you really well as you go on to whatever comes next, whether that's taking a job right away, taking some time off to travel, going straight on grad school, maybe going to the Peace Corps or other service activities. Whatever you do, this time at Appalachian State has prepared you well for it. And of course, in addition to that, you've developed friendships and relationships that will last throughout your lifetime. As I was thinking about what I would say today, I was thinking about the people I met in my first year in college, and I stay in close touch with some of those folks. But also, if you're anything like the average ASU student, you've walked on the Tanawa Trail or other trails in the area. You've been swimming in the icy waters of Trash Can Falls, even in July and August. You've biked the trails at Rocky Knob. You've perhaps cheered on ASU athletic teams. Although I must say that my two sons who attended ASU never attended a single football, basketball game, field hockey match, or anything else. So some of you have, some of you haven't. Many of you have joined various clubs and contributed. You've worked on service projects, and some of you, no doubt, have laid in, possibly even slept in a hammock out on Sanford Mall. You've been skiing on the icy slopes at the nearby ski resorts. You've also pulled all-nighters. You've anguished over final projects and term papers, probably just over the last 2 weeks. Some of you have designed exciting new pedestrian-friendly towns. You've written Python scripts. You've learned about the plight of refugees around the world. You've studied climate change, and quite a few of you have studied abroad with faculty members who are present with us today. Quite a few of you have also engaged in research with those same faculty members. And I know that just this week, Dr. Brown, was it just yesterday that you were taking pictures of the decommissioning of the dam out on Watauga River? So
Yes.
Again, please give some additional time to think about all that you've learned, all that you've done, and how that's going to serve you going forward. So as Dr. Van de Gevel said, whatever you do next, keep refining your knowledge and your skills. And I would add to that to watch for opportunities that you don't anticipate. Serendipity can be really important. I've got to say that most of the jobs that I've taken over my career were jobs that I never even considered doing until the opportunity presented itself. So you have earned degrees in geography and planning, but many of you will end up doing things that are beyond that, and we welcome that. We can't wait to hear about what it is that you're doing. So whatever that is, go forward and do it well, do it with passion, and do all that you can to make your community and the world a more sustainable, equitable, and inclusive place. We know that you're all going to make us proud. Thank you.
Hey, I'm the second speaker. I'm Dr. Maggie Sugg. I'm an assistant professor here at Appalachian State in my 6th year, so not quite as long as Mike and not as much wisdom to impart as him. Like you, I remember this time. It was one with lots of uncertainty. I graduated in the economic crisis of 2008 when there was no jobs. And I remember the uncertainty of the job market and the unknowns, and it was a scary path, but my path in geography served me well. Here I am teaching all of you. It's been wonderful to see the paths you take. And I want to congratulate you again on your graduation, to both the seniors and the graduate students. For you, it was no small feat to graduate and to spend the last year in the middle of a pandemic with both civil and political unrest. You know, this is a once in a generation time. And you graduated and persevered in this difficult time. And although it's not what you pictured it would be at App State, you've lived through this huge event. And I think that's something that's truly remarkable and something you can remember for decades to come and impart on your children and on other people in your job or in employment. And for you, I think you should really look back and remember this resilience you had during this time. You're one of the few that have graduated during this time period and actually persevered and been resilient and made it. So yeah, remember this resilience as you pursue your post-graduation goals and dreams. There will definitely be more difficulties, I'm certain of that, but know that you can rise to these challenges and carry on. I hope you use your skills, so the skills we've taught you, the knowledge, research, GIS, all these things we've taught you, the network of faculty and staff. We have a wide network, as well as the App State Alumni Network, to be successful in the world. Remember, we're always here. We love to hear from you, and we really like to hear about your successes. So come back, come tell us what you're up to. And yeah, reach out to us anytime when you have difficulties or you need additional advice. And with that, I just want to say congratulations and hand it off to Dr. Baker Perry.
Thank you, Dr. Sugg and Dr. Mayfield and graduates, family members, friends. Congratulations to all of you for reaching this milestone, especially given the circumstances that we have faced this past year. It really is quite an accomplishment, and we are so proud of you. Dr. Vesendek asked me to speak just a little bit about the importance of long-term research and professional collaborations. And this is, I think, a common theme that has been woven through some of the speeches already. And I can echo what Dr. Mayfield said, that that a lot of the paths that I have found professionally have not necessarily been what I expected to do, but have come out of these long-term collaborations and connections and research. And I'll give you just a couple of examples. When I was finishing my PhD, my last year at UNC Chapel Hill, I had the opportunity to give a presentation to a group of meteorologists from the National Weather Service and other researchers at NC State University. And after the meeting, a new faculty member at NC State came up to me and introduced herself and asked if I would like to have a radar and a weather station in my backyard, because she has some money to study orographic snowfall. And I said, of course, I'd love to. Well, if I had not pursued that opportunity, I'm not sure that I would be where I am in terms of working with instrumentation and having the opportunity to do many of the things that I have been involved with around the world. And in fact, Sandra Yoder was such an important mentor and really encouraged me to submit not one, but two, maybe three separate proposals that eventually got funded. And one of those was the NSF Career Award that, we're so excited that Maggie Sugg has received one of those as well. And so that is a long-term collaboration that has been so important to me. I can also point to a close colleague, Anton Simon, that I met in 1997 at a geography conference of Latin American geographers meeting in Arequipa, Peru. And I had the chance to go back to the Andes with him in 2009. And we have done a lot of work together. And it's through Anton connected with Paul Majewski, who was then on an expedition with me in 2018 in Peru. And on that expedition, Paul got to know me, and we had been collaborating. And out of that came the invitation to go to Mount Everest in 2019 with National Geographic. Again, this is not something that I would have anticipated, but it's through these personal connections are very, very important. Now, people and connections matter tremendously, but only if you do good work. Okay, so it's really important that you do good work when you go out there to take advantage of these opportunities. And when opportunities present themselves, take advantage of them. Okay, they don't always come back. Okay, whether this be an opportunity to collaborate with somebody, to take on another responsibility or a major project in a work environment, to go to a conference for a leadership opportunity, they vary tremendously. But if you find yourself in an opportunity that you're excited about, make the most of it. Okay, you never know where that will lead you. Okay, it's incredibly important to show gratitude and maintain positive relationships along the way. Okay, this goes with your supervisors that you report to. It goes with your colleagues that you work with. It goes with other professional relationships that you may develop. And maintaining positive relationships are so important in terms of building teams and collaborating and ultimately achieving the goals and the objectives that are important for you individually or your company or wherever you end up working. And then lastly, I would just like to share some of the best advice I think that I ever received from a professor. And this was a professor whom I deeply respected, and I was seeking some counseling about what to do, I think professionally, and I was at a kind of a crossroads between, I think, my master's and my PhD, and he responded by saying, follow your passions. Do what really truly excites you and makes you look forward to the day. Build a life and career around something that truly motivates and inspires you. And that's not always easy to do. It takes creativity and it takes some risk. But if you can do that, that will be an incredibly fulfilling life and career as you look ahead. And please do keep in touch with us, as Dr. Sugg has said, and we look forward to hearing from you and celebrating your successes. And again, we're so proud of you, and best wishes as you look to the future.
Thank you so much, Dr. Perry and Dr. Sugg and Dr. Mayfield, for sharing those words of wisdom. And now I want to pass the graduation baton to Dr. Rob Brown for words of wisdom, because he's always quite wise. And then he's also going to start reading the names of our grad students and undergrads that have graduated in December 20, May 21, and even this August 21.
Thanks, Dr. Van de Gevel. I'm so pleased to be a part of this today. It's a truly joyous day, and congratulations to all of you and to everyone in your family and everybody who helped out with the accomplishment that you now have achieved. And I will proceed with the reading of the names. The group from December this year, 2020, Colin N. Ash, Chris L. Caudle, Timothy R. Childress, Logan M. DiGiacomo, Tyler C. Dixon, Jessica H. Mitchell, Emmeline F. Potts, and Karen A. Reed. And for this semester, for May, Hannah L. Berry, Caleb T. Blackburn, Matthew P. Blazik, Patrick M. Blazik, Tessa L. Clanton, Caitlin A. Duncan, Rachel D. Jeffrian, James A. Gregg, Sarah N. Hanos, Taylor E. Lundquist, Joshua R. Platt, and Caitlin S. Smith. And graduating this summer, after we finish up a few pesky little credits, Seth C. Brown, Ciara B. Fogarty, Jennifer L. Hammer, Delaney G. Hobbs, Brian F. Kerwin, Matt P. McGregor, William M. Nance, Ton H. Shadow, Daniel D. Smith, Brett A. Williams, and Brandon R. Wiseman. And our graduate students who are currently graduating are Hannah L. Bagley, Ben Capel, Heather M. Delaney, Leah R. Handwerger, Stella Harden, Tatiana A. McGee, Nick G. Kuntz, Camilla Moreno, and Alex G. O'Neill. Congratulations to all our graduates.
Thank you so much, Dr. Brown. And I would like you all, if any of you would like to say anything, to unmute. If you want to say thank you, or if you have any words of wisdom, I invite you to do that. In about 2 minutes, after we've had hopefully 1 or 2 people speak up, we'll have congratulations, everyone. Thanks, Tessa. We'll do a group picture. And so we will play graduation music and do a group Zoom screenshot. But if anyone would like to say anything, you are welcome to say something in the chat or unmute. I'm looking at Katie Duncan because she's our CAS Corps ambassador, in case you would like to say anything, Katie Duncan.
Yeah, sure. I just want to thank all the faculty from our department for all the support. I don't think I'm speaking for just myself by saying I wouldn't have been able to do it without y'all. So thank you so much for your continual support and understanding and flexibility throughout this crazy time. Wouldn't have been able to do it without you. And just congrats, everyone.
All right, Lauren, I'm going to start the music. And if everyone can clap or thumbs up, however you want to show excitement. Yay. Thumbs up too. Thanks, Lauren. Of course, we have to get our tech people involved, right? We can't possibly do it without Lauren. That basically is true for everything in our department. We can't do it without her. So let's go ahead and play music. Thank you all so much for being here, and we wish you nothing but the best. And you do have to stay in touch with us. We do require that for the rest of your lives, not just after graduation. Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, everyone.
Hey, everyone. It was great seeing you.
Thanks, Alex. We'll see you in the fall.
Brandon, I'm glad your dog attended.
I am too. She's a little mad at me for waking her up.
Oh, you know, that's the way they are.
Brandon's always good at sharing his animals, even in senior seminar.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, and in his portfolio, in his e-portfolio, his Wix website, he has animal pictures, which I appreciate. Congratulations, Grandma.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's so nice
Thank
to see
you.
you
I'm so
again.
thankful.
Well, Brandon worked really hard, and we're really appreciative of having him as one of our students. Thank you.
Well, thank you.